Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you've had an awesome week. Back in with another makeup video again this week. This time it is my everyday makeup routine. I do change my makeup routine very regularly and I change which products I use from day to day. So for example, one day I'll use one foundation and the next I'll change it up to a different foundation. Same with lip colour, same with blusher, same with pretty much everything in my routine. There's some things I use every single day, like my brows, my contour, but there's other things I do change up. So I'll let you know while I'm putting them on which things I do use as an alternative. But yeah, if you want to see how I create this look at that highlight. If you want to find out what this highlight is, keep on watching. Right, so getting into this tutorial, obviously it's just my everyday makeup routine. So every single time I do my makeup, I start off with my skincare. A lot of these products I have mentioned on my channel numerous times. It's just because I love them, that's why. So the two things I start with are obviously a serum and a moisturiser. My serum is the Advanced Night Repair by Estée Lauder, and my moisturiser is also from Estée Lauder. It is the Daywear moisturiser. The next step in my routine is a primer. I use a mixture, not a mixture, like I say, either or. Professional by Benefit or the Smoother by Estée Lauder. I think today I'm going to try the Professional because I haven't used that in a couple of days. So you can see how grubby it is, but it's been in my makeup bag for ages. Just applying that with my fingers. Sometimes if I want to treat myself, I do apply this with the Real Techniques prep brush, but not today. I'm not feeling like treating myself today. The next step is completely optional. It doesn't matter what order this goes in. I am the kind of girl who does her brows first, but I know a lot of people start with the eyes, a lot of people start with the face, but me, I'm all about the brows first. Like I say, a lot of these things I've mentioned before. This one I have mentioned in pretty much every makeup video I've done because this is all I really use for my brows. It's the Freedom Brow Pomade in Blonde, and this is apparently a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow, I think it's called. I can't afford that, so I use this one because it's only £5. I need to find my brush. So to do my brows, I use a little angled brush. Now this is Studio, I don't know, I think that might be from Boots or Superdrug, and I kind of use the same brush every single day. I don't change it up at all. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll do one brow now and then I'll do the other brow off camera because it's a bit boring. But if you're on a... Oh, I always mess up my brows, but it's fine because we're going with concealer in a second. I always when I do my makeup, I always frown, when I'm doing my brows, frown to see whether it's okay or not. The next step is to go in with my concealer. Oh, going off shot. My concealer is the Collection Lasting Perfection concealer in Fair. I just set it with this is called the Brush On Brows Fiber Gel, and I've got it in shade light brown. And then obviously kind of straight, oh, that's my air freshener, just brush through. I think this has fibres in it, so it kind of makes your brows look a bit thicker. So I'm going to do my other brow off camera and I'll be back with you to do my face. So I've come back, I've done my brows off camera. Now next step is foundation. Like I said at the beginning, I kind of have two different routines. I have one for when it's really hot and one for kind of like a heavier coverage that's not going to sweat off my face kind of thing. Today I'm going to actually apply the heavier coverage one, but I'll tell you what my other one is as well. When it's really hot, I use the Urban Decay Naked Skin. My shade is 0.5. This one is actually really lovely for like a kind of, obviously like a lighter weight foundation. And then my other one, I have two that I apply to the face. I have the Urban Decay, that's not Urban Decay. I have my Estée Lauder Double Wear in Cool Bone. 1C1 is what the shade code kind of thing is. And then I put on as well the number 7 Beautifully Matte Foundation in Calico. These are both oil free, which is great because I get quite oily in my T-zone. To be fair, even when it's hot, this does last and it doesn't sweat off my face. Firstly, this one, I take my number 7 and I do kind of 2 and a bit pumps on my fingers, and then I dot it all over the face like so. And then I get my double wear. I get some on the back of my hand, not too much because obviously I've got quite a lot of the number 7 one on, and I dot this one because it's a tiny bit lighter, kind of in the centre of the face, and then I always wipe off the dots on the back of my hand as well. And then to blend it in, I use my obviously Real Technique sponge, and it is damp as well because it just applies so much better when it's damp. If you haven't used this damp, try it because it is incredible when it's damp. Going back in with my Collection concealer. So that is foundation and concealer done. My next step is obviously powder. I go in with my Stay Matte, whatever this is called, powder. That's the one. My Stay Matte powder from Rimmel with the Duo Fibre Face Brush from Real Techniques. I start off with my cheeks first. Always, 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 and go on the neck. And I just sweep that everywhere. And then on my chin, I kind of press it in rather than sweeping it. Same with my whole T-zone. So press, 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 press. Because I feel like if I sweep it all around, it moves the product around underneath like my foundation and concealer. So I always just press, press, press. For under the eyes, same powder and everything, but I pack a different brush. This is a lot more dense. What I do with this is just under the eye, just kind of press it in. Next up is contour. The contour palette I use is the Revolution Ultra Contour palette. I have shown this in a video before as well. I think it was my last one when Chris did my makeup. Because I'm so ghostly, I kind of need to give myself some colour. That's my contour done. Next step is blusher. I use the Rockateur, I don't really know how to pronounce it, from Benefit. This is just a mini one that I picked up. I found it in Boots Southampton. It's just a tiny little one. Obviously, we all know where blush goes. That's that done. Almost done with the face. Next step is highlighter, of course. What I use pretty much day in, day out for every single day of my life is the Sleek Solstice palette. To put on the highlighter, I use the Morphe B13 brush. I don't know how well that's showing up because the viewfinder is quite far away from me, but it is blinding, this highlighter. I think it should, look at that. Do you guys feel that your highlighter applies better on one side than the other? Because, oh my god, look. I cannot even put that. Sometimes we go overboard with our highlights. You can fix that with the same brush as you put your powder on with. Oh, let's tone that down. Okay, that's toned down quite a bit there. So, my eyeshadow palettes. I have 1,000,001 eyeshadow palettes, but there's only 3 I kind of go between. Obviously it changes month to month as to what palettes I'm picking up. These at the moment are my top 3. So obviously I have my Naked 3 palette. I'm sorry, you keep hearing my air freshener going off. I have my Naked 3 palette by Urban Decay. I have my Morphe 35W palette, and this one is my Primark Bronze Shadow and Shade palette. I did a review on this a couple of weeks ago, so I'll link that below. This is such a sad looking palette now because I've used it so much. I always go in with the colour Strange all over my lid. So firstly, we're going to go in with our Primark palette. These two here and here. So it's a really light kind of grey brown and like a really light brown basically. Just going to make this into a transition colour here. The transition colour is on it. I sound really funny, like I'm talking at you, but you can't see my mouth. Okay. I'm going to go in with the Naked 3 palette, and I'm going to go in with Nuna, which is this shade here. Sometimes I pop a shimmer here. That usually comes from the Sleek palette, usually the orangey kind of shade that I've put on here today. But today I think I'm just going to leave it like it is. Maybe I will go into my Morphe palette and I'm just going to take this cream shade here, not the whitest one, the next one in, and I'm just going to take that on my finger and just like press it into this bit here. Just to kind of lighten it up a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. I always do my under eyes next because then when I put the eyeliner on it kind of just ties it all together. Going back into the Primark palette, I'm taking the exact same colours that I did the transition shade with, but I'm going to take them separately this time instead of mixing them together. The next step is eyeliner. I use my Rimmel Exaggerate eyeliner in obviously the blackest black they've got. It's called 100% black, so not just like 98% black, it's 100% black. And yeah, this is obviously quite a straightforward step. Okay, so that's one eye done. I'm going to do the other one off camera because it's a very boring process. There we go, so my eyeliner is on. I always tend to go, if it's a natural look, I always tend to go very soft with my eyeliner. Oh, gee. So for mascara, I have 3 different options. Oops. This kind of just, whatever I pick out my makeup bag is what goes kind of thing. I don't really have a preference out of these 3, I just really love these 3. The first one is Benefit Roller Lash. Everyone knows this one and how good it is. My next 2 are from Estée Lauder, so it is the Sumptuous Extreme and the Sumptuous Infinite mascaras, both in black. I think today I'm going to just use this one. Now the falsies I'm going to put on, I have no freaking clue what they are, and I'll show you why. What I do with all my lashes, whether they're new or whether I've used them before, I stick them in a little pot like this. So the ones I'm going to use right now are the ones on top. I think, oh I just dropped one. I think they are one of the Superdrug own ones, but I really cannot be sure. Like, I've got so many little lashes in here that I have no idea where they're from. There we go, so eyes are done. Next step is obviously lips. I have 2 kind of lip colours that I absolutely love. They're my ride or dies. It depends on the day whether I want to go for a nude lip or whether I want to go for a bit of colour. And the 2 I go for are either one of these. They're my 2 Jeffree Stars. I have 6 Jeffree Stars, but these are my 2 absolute favourites. So the nude one that I go for is Celebrity Skin. and the coloured one is I'm Shook from the Mani collection. This is my absolute favourite colour ever, and that's what I'm going to apply today. Oh, it looks so weird. So that is it for this week's video, guys. I hope you did enjoy. Please give it a like and a comment down below. Let me know what your everyday routine kind of consists of. Are you the kind of girl who does her brows first or her foundation first, or what? How do you do your routine? And don't forget to subscribe before you leave as well. Next week's video will be the much loved bullet journal videos again. It's time to do a July spread, and I cannot wait to sit down and do it all because I love filming those videos so much. I just love being creative, and obviously creating a bullet journal has given me that opportunity. So look forward to that video next week. Don't forget to also follow me on all the social medias linked down in the description bar below, and all the products that I've used, as always, will be in the description bar as well. I hope to see you guys next week in my next video. Bye!